So you're starting with Linux operating system. So Linux operating system is, I'll give you some notes as well, because otherwise then you will not able to practice. So I'll write here in the notepad, whatever we'll be discussing, I'll write here in the notepad. Okay. So it's a command line interface. Command line interface. And you need to learn Linux commands here. Linux commands. So before starting all these things, let's have some machine created so that we can see the directory structure of Linux and all. Okay. So let me go here. Let me go to the virtual machine. Create Azure virtual machine. So whatever you guys will practice, I'll ask you to just create a Linux virtual machine and practice in that. Okay. So if any issue happens, sometimes there's an issue with the files and all, you are not able to creating something, just delete that machine and create one again, new one again. So name it as Azure DevOps VM. Oh no, Azure DevOps resource. Oh no, okay. Yes, availability zone, let it be what it is. Changes to Ubuntu. Let's go to this one. SSH public key. Azure user will generate a key pair over here. We'll delete the older ones. Okay. Now we'll generate a new key pair. Name of the SSH key you can show.
Are you creating labs for DevOps today?
Yes, just creating a VM so that we can practice Linux in that.
Yeah, sure. Good to know.
Azure DevOps key. Inbound ports, we know what is we need to enable, that is 22. Go to the disk section. Then you can have OS disk. Platform manage key. Let's go to the networking part. Whatever there is, you can have the default one. Basic network security group. Allowed ports inbound. Check-in. Yes. We don't need accelerated networking here. We'll go with. We don't need load balancing also. Management. Let it be what it is, as it is default. Okay. Next, monitoring. Disable it. Don't need monitoring. Advanced, need nothing here also. Okay. Next, tags, whatever it is, leave it as default. Yes, we have to create one machine. Create it. Download the private key pair. It will ask you where to save this. So just root out that path where you need to save. So I'm saving here. and let the machine be created. How many know Linux and how many you don't know?
I
Or
don't know.
worked on Linux?
I don't know.
Okay. Yes. This is very much necessary uh, as per DevOps.
You did it on Linux, not Windows, right?
Pardon?
You did it on Linux, not Windows, right?
Yes. We are in Linux. Now this is done. So this machine is running now. What we'll do? We'll connect this machine. So we'll go to.
Remote desktop.
So everyone, I told you how to download this Putty and Putty Gen, or you know
No,
how to
don't.
download Putty and Putty Gen? No?
No.
No,
Okay.
no. First time we seen it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just type or just go to download Putty in Google.
What does it do?
This is a secured shell agent using which you will connect to a Linux machine. So in
Uh-huh.
Windows, by default, there is no SSH agent. Like in Mac OS, you can directly open the terminal and you can connect a Linux machine.
Mm.
Okay. Similarly,
So
in
this
a
is only for
Linux
Linux.
laptop, you can directly connect a Linux machine.
Uh-huh.
So as we need this RDP to connect a Windows machine, right?
Yeah.
So we need Putty's SSH agent using which we connect a Linux machine. So by default, Windows machine does not have that Putty. So we have to download that Putty.
Mhm.
Got it? So see, you can see Putty website is there. Okay. Just go to that website, Putty. Click on download Putty. Now here you can see package files are there. Everyone can see this, right?
Yeah.
So here this is installer file. Installer means once you click on this, you have to install this file. It will be downloaded, double click on it and follow the installation journey. You know, like how to install the softwares, right?
Mhm.
Double click it and install it. So these are installer files. These are binary files. Now, when I say binary files means you can directly use it directly.
Mhm.
Okay. So here the SSH. So if you click on it, so this I already downloaded earlier, but if you click on that, you will be able to download
Mhm.
and you will get this like Putty. This file you will get.
Mhm.
You're seeing, right? Putty file.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go to that link and download this. I'll share that link in the notepad. Wait, let me share that.
So, Akshat, you mean like if they have a Linux machine, so putties are required, not required in that case?
Yeah, in the Linux machine, I'll tell you how you can connect using a Linux machine also.
Okay.
In your virtual machine, you is that right?
Yeah. You need Linux commands. Okay. Now, create a Linux VM in Azure. Download SSH agent Putty connect a machine. Follow below link. So
Most of
this
the
is the link.
most of the companies are using Linux or Windows.
It's not like that. As per the requirement, like if the requirement is for you have to learn both. You should know both in DevOps.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not that which company is using Linux, which companies. So you
Oh,
should
I
know.
see.
Because
I
if
see.
you work in Docker and Kubernetes, everything will be command line interface only.
Uh-huh.
Okay. No one uses this Windows Docker. Everyone
I see.
uses command line interface only. In the command line interface, you will be running the Linux commands only. Okay.
Yeah.
In Docker and Kubernetes.
Akshay, but in my company using a Windows actually.
So maybe somewhere they are using, but in
But
my
with .NET background, yeah.
pardon.
Actually, yeah. Suppose a company like I have a project from .NET, so most of the company using Windows.
Mhm.
Yeah. So .NET background project actually mainly based on Windows only.
Mhm. I'll tell you how to use Windows Docker and all, but what I have seen in my like all the companies and all, I've used this command line interfaces only.
So even Docker Desktop has is it's free for few user but implemented license cost.
Yes.
Companies are moving to CLI for
Yes.
Docker Desktop. Recently they imposed some license costing and all.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Companies are mostly using CLI only. I haven't seen in my journey using desktop versions for Docker and all. Always use CLI.
Mhm.
So this is the link to download the agent. Now, once you download this, so you will get a file like this, putty file. And now what you have to do? So this putty file, you have downloaded a PEM file here, a private key. Okay. Now you won't be able to access this using a private key. You have to create a PP key out of that, PPK. Okay, public private key. So for creating that, you have to download one more software which is called a PuttyGen. Okay, Putty generator. So you have to download a PuttyGen file. Now here you can download that. Download PuttyGen.
Generation.
Yes. So PuttyGen download. Click on this. It's the official PuttyGen website. Okay.
So there's Putty and PuttyGen.
Yes, PuttyGen is for generating the key pair from the PEM file.
Mhm.
Okay, using the PEM file.
Yeah.
So if you go to the Putty installation download page,
Let's close.
yes. So I'll share you the direct link to the.
Yeah.
So here again, you have the installer files, Windows installer for Putty. Okay. And here you have binary files. If you go down, you will get a binary file for PuttyGen also. See puttygen.exe. Right? Let me see if I can access this. Yes. So you can download it from here directly.
Mhm.
Okay. You can click here and download manually. Okay. Now this will be an issue for me. I have already downloaded, but I'll give you the link here.
Mhm.
So this is the link for PuttyGen. Download PuttyGen to generate a PPK file out of PEM file. Follow below link. So this is all done. I have already done it. So here are the file. You will get two files like this, putty and puttygen. Now click on this putty generator, load the PEM file, whatever the PEM file you. Now where you have saved the PEM file, what will happen? You will not see anything because putty file is selected, PPK file. So just click on all files here. So once you click on all files, you will get this PEM file. Okay.
Yeah.
Successfully imported the key. Now after importing this PEM file, what you have to do? Save private key. Just click on, don't generate, don't load, nothing. Just save, click on save private key. Yes. So this will ask you, are you sure? Yes. Okay. Now you can give this. So same name, Azure DevOps. Now don't give it here PEM. It will be a PPK file. Okay. Save it as a PPK. Save it. Close it. Now see, we have a PEM file which we got from the while creating a VM, and now we have saved a PPK file out of here. Okay.
Abhishek, can you quickly repeat this? I did not get it.
Okay. You get it when we downloaded Putty and puttygen.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Putty is for connecting our Linux machine. Okay. puttygen is for like when we created a Linux machine, we get a PEM file with it because we have choose to authenticate with SSH. Okay, using SSH. So when we choose to authenticate using SSH, we got a PEM file. It is already given by Azure to me. I have downloaded it. So once I downloaded this PEM file, this PEM file contains both like public and private key. So we cannot use this to connect. Okay. So we need a PPK or a private key file from this. So we have to extract a private key file from this file. So what you have to do, you have to click on puttygen. Now this puttygen, what happened? Hello. So now this puttygen, what it will do? It will extract a private file from this PEM file. Okay. So just load that. What you need to load? Select all files here because you are not seeing a PEM file as of now. Why you are not seeing? Because in the file name type, you are seeing PPK files only. So just click here, click on all files. Once you click on all files, you will see the PEM file also. Just select this PEM file. Once selected, click on open. It will load your PEM file here in the putty generator, puttygen. Click on OK. Now don't click on generate or load. Just click on save. So when you click on save, it will save a private file for you. Okay, it will ask you whether you want to save or not. Click yes. Once you click yes, you can give any name to your PPK file. And whatever name you will give, my private file. Okay. Now you have to give .ppk here, not PEM. Okay, because it's a private key.
Private key.
Yeah. Save it. Once you save it, you will get a see my private file. You get it, PPK file. Now this you will see in the properties. This is a PPK file. So .ppk.
Yeah.
Private key you get. We already did it like Azure DevOps key, and this one we got from Azure. Just compare the properties. This is a PEM file. Okay. Now once you generate this file or save this file, what you have to do? You have to go to putty. Now after opening this putty, what you have to do? First you have to go to your Linux machine. Now your Linux machine is having one address like public IP address. Click on that. Once you click on the public IP address, just go back to your putty, paste it here. Now this will not connect. If you click open, it will not connect. Why? Because we have to give a private key file. So go to connection on the left hand side. Connection is there. Then SSH is there. You are connecting through SSH. Click on SSH. After clicking on SSH, you will get the authentication. Click on authentication. See, here is a credential. Click on credential. Now it is asking for a private key file for authentication. Click on browse. Now you save a private key here. PPK file. Just load that PPK file and click on open. It will ask to accept, just accept it. Now login as, now you know that when we are creating Linux machine, we have given the name as Azure user. Just type that, it will let you log into the Linux machine. See, I'm logged into the Linux machine. See, Linux machine is there. So this is how you log in using Putty if you are using Windows laptop. Now let me tell you how to log in with Mac if you are having Mac or a Linux machine, or you are having Ubuntu, something like that. Just open the terminal from the Mac. Okay, just open the terminal. After opening the terminal, this is the machine, click on connect. Click on connect. So once you click on connect, here you will be seeing all the like this. Okay, so using Azure CLI, native SSH, local machine. Okay, so if you click here in the native SSH, so here you will be seeing some SSH command. You can see this command. So just copy this. Just copy this command. So connect Linux VM using Linux or Mac OS. So this is the command. Using this command, you can directly open the terminal. Now this is Windows terminal. CMD is a Windows terminal command prompt. But you have to open the terminal in the Mac OS. If you have used Mac OS, you know from where you have to open the terminal. Okay, and there you have to just run this command like this, and it will authenticate using the PEM file, and it will let you connect. But before this, what you have to do, you have to give permissions to this PEM file. What permissions? Permission 400. Okay, we'll discuss what is a permission 400 later. Okay, you have to give the permissions to this PEM file. If your PEM file will not be having permissions, you will not be able to connect. Okay, so this is the method to connect to a Linux machine using a Linux or a Mac OS. Okay, directly you can connect through their terminal, because their terminal they have the capability to connect to a SSH through SSH secured shell. Okay, they are having the secured shell in their terminal, but Windows doesn't have. Okay, so in Windows you follow putty process. For Linux and Mac OS, you follow this process directly from the terminal. Got it? So don't connect using this, because this is my machine IP. Okay, what I created. Just have your own IP. Okay, so I'll write it public IP here so that you should get it. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the other method. copy to execute SSH command. Provide a path to your SSH private key file on your local machine.
Mhm.
SSH to VM with the private key. So
So you
all
click
these-
on the native and SSH, and you, when you want to connect, you
No, don't reset. Don't reset. Okay, don't reset anything here. Just copy
No,
this
not
command. Yeah.
No, we're not resetting. I said if you want to go to this process, you
Mhm.
press native SSH, right? And you
Yes,
copy
yes.
the thing.
Native SSH. Yes.
Okay, just one. Okay.
So you have the recording. You can see we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
recording now. Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries. You can see the recording.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now what I'm talking about is this. If you are not able to connect, from there, you have to follow this process. Okay.
Yeah.
If not able to connect, to Linux or Mac OS, follow below process. Now again, you have to run some commands, and these are the commands.
Mhm.
Okay. Public IP. Now see, now what they are doing here, MV. MV means move your private key. Where, see, this is like if you are already having your private key here in the root directory. This is the root directory. Okay. If you are not having it, it will not connect. So what you have to do, first you have to move. MV means move command. Okay. And move that file to MNT folder. See your private key. Okay. And then later on, what you have to do, you have to give 400 permission. Okay. You have to give the permission to your private key file. Once you will give the permission, you will be able to connect using this command. That's what you have to follow if you are not able to connect. So I think no one will be having a Linux machine here, right? Or Mac OS. Anyone is having?
Yeah, I'm having Mac.
You can try this. Okay. You can try
Mac.
this.
Yeah.
I think you would be knowing how to connect them. Okay.
Recently started using Mac, so not yet
Oh,
sure. but
okay,
I will
okay,
try.
okay. Just try it. Just try it. Okay. So this is the method to connect through Mac OS. So just go to connect section in the overview. First go click connect. From there, just browse to native SSH. Select this. It will load the commands for you. Whatever commands you will use. Directly to connect through a private key, just click on here. Now for this purpose, you do not have to generate a PPK file. Okay. Directly from the PEM file, you can connect. Because SSH itself has a generator, private key generator. So here no need to generate a private key. And if you have some issues, then follow these instructions. Okay. So this is how you connect a Linux machine. Now, once you connect a Linux machine, once you connect a Linux machine here, everyone can see this, right?
Yes.
So once you connect this Linux machine, you are seeing something $, right? Dollar.
Yeah. Dollar sign.
There. Yeah. This $ is user. Which user? Azure user. Means I am the user. See, Azure user @ Azure DevOps VM.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Azure user. Now, if I do an ls means I'll give you a list of commands. Okay, I'll give you. So if you do an ls here, means list command. So there is nothing as of now because this is user home directory. Which user? Azure user. Now if I go back one step. CD double dot. Okay, this is for going back. So you can see slash home, right?
Mhm.
Now slash home is where all the users are added. Like whatever the users are with the system, they will be added in the slash home. So do an ls. See, you can see Azure user over there. There is a directory called Azure user, right?
Mhm.
So that is my home directory, Azure user home directory. If you go inside that, you can do anything there. Okay, Azure user. Now, if you further move back one step, you are seeing slash, right?
Mhm.
That slash is nothing but the root directory. Now, if I do a ls here, list, you will see the Linux structure. Okay, Linux. This is the Linux directory structure. This is same as when you click on here and you go to this PC. When you click on this PC, you get all the directories, everything, right?
Mhm.
You see folders you are getting, directories you are getting, drives you are getting, all things, right? So here you are seeing the root directory. It's like something you go to the command prompt. Just go to the command prompt. Now you are seeing C users we are in the C. But if I do here, if I do CD, I'll move back. I go to C users. I'll again further move back. Go to C drive. The desktop you can see.
DIR,
Pardon?
DIR, if you want to see the,
Directories, right?
yeah.
So it's displaying whatever is inside C. Here, this slash is the root directory. Now inside the root directory, you have some folders. So bin is there, boot is there, device is there, etc, home, lib. Now this, what is this bin? Bin means binary files. Now binary files, these are binary files which are having information of all the commands. So whatever commands you run, so in the background, there are binary files which are executing those commands. So that is for having a binary files. Now boot. Now boot is whatever about the system, all the files. Now, if you have gone through the boot diagnostic while in the Windows machine, you press F12 and all, and then you go to the boot screen, right? So all the files related to the boot, that is inside the boot directory. Device. Now, if any device, this is the third one. If any device is attached to the Linux machine, say a printer is attached, so you can see that device in the DEV directory. Then there is a etc. Now etc, so whatever you download, all that comes by default in the etc. Then home directory. Now I told you what is a home directory. Home directory is having all the users. Like when we did an ls in the home directory, you can see Azure user. Similarly, if I add other user also, so that user can be here in the home directory only. Then after home, lib. Lib directory means containing all the library files related to the system. Okay, all the library files. So lib is same, lib32 is same, lib64, all the library files only. Okay, now these directories are according to the system. Now we selected a Ubuntu machine here. So accordingly, you are seeing this lib32, lib64. Maybe if I would have created a Red Hat machine, I would have not seen this lib64 or libx32 or something like that. So it's according to different versions of the Linux. Okay, now this Linux version is provided by Ubuntu, so they are having a directory structure like that. Rest, whatever files you are seeing in blue, dark blue, they are common files in every Linux structure. Okay, so library files. Then there is a lost plus found. It's something like your recycle bin, lost found. Okay, in the Windows. Then the media. Media, everyone knows. It contains all the media files, videos, images, and all. So that is media. Okay. Then MNT. MNT is, so if you have some disk attached to your system. So say there is one disk, Azure disk, which is attached to your Linux machine. You cannot be able to access that that disk until and unless you mount that disk to the MNT folder. So whenever you mount some disk, it is same like you are having a raw Windows system, you attached a hard disk over there, okay, but you will not see anything. So similar like that, you have a Windows system and you attached a hard disk. A hard disk is there. This is the raw system, no operating system, nothing. Will you able to access the hard disk? Will not be able to access. Not be able to access till we install operating system. After installing this operating system, it will give you a choice, right, to create the partition. After creating the partition and the OS is installed to the Windows system, then only you will be able to use this hard disk. So this is a Windows machine. Now, Linux directory structure works differently. Okay, so this is Linux. Now, here you can connect or disconnect a disk or something. Now, here also, say we have attached a hard disk over here. Okay. Now, for using this hard disk, what you have to do? For using this hard disk, you need to mount it. You need to run commands to mount it. Until and unless you don't mount this hard disk, you will not be able to use it. So for mounting purpose also, you have some commands. So whenever you mount some disk, in this MNT folder, you will get the disk. You will be able to see the disk. Then OPT. OPT is also a directory. So whatever you install, anything you install, that comes by default in the OPT. Then proc. Proc means, as you see, this is a process. All the process which are running inside the system, you will get files related to the process inside this proc. Then root. Root means your main directory, root directory, where everything is there. Root directory. So root is home directory of the root user. That /home is the home directory of the user, member user. And root is, if you go inside root, then root directory is the home directory for the root user. Now, what is the difference between root user and this member user? I'll tell you. Okay. So root user, then run. Run, you know, in the Windows system, we have a run where we can give some fast instructions. Okay. In the run. That is run. Now, as the bin is there, here is a sbin. Sbin is a system binary file. Now, when I say system binary files, means in the binary, whatever commands you run, okay, you have the files according to that bin in the binary. Okay, but in the sbin means system binary. Now, when I say system binary means this ls is a system binary file. These are common commands, system commands. Clear is a system command. So whatever is there through which we are handling our system. Okay, those are system files. So files related to that we have in the system binary files. Then snap is there, srv is there. So snap means if you have some image or what. Okay, so you can have any image. Okay, disk image or anything you will be having in the snap. Then srv is there, system is there. So these are of not any use. Main files are boot, device, etc, home, media, mnt, opt, proc, root, and this temp also. Now temp is a temporary folder. Means if you are working on something, you can keep the file in the temporary folder. This is the kind of a temporary directory, which whenever you start your Linux machine, by default this temporary directory they will provide. But you cannot keep anything in the temporary directory. You have to make sure you have to save that file somewhere else. Because if you keep that file, save your work in the temporary directory, whenever you shut down your machine, it will be removed from the temporary directory. Okay, so that is just for temporary purpose only. So that is TMP. Then USR, all the details related to the user, means username, password, all those things, everything is stored over here, user. And then comes the var. Now var contains everything related to servers, right? Application servers are there, web servers are there. You are installing applications inside the web server, all those things. So that is var. Got it? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now let's go back to now we have seen the directory structure. Now let's learn something. Let's come here back. Okay, let's. So you know that this is the root directory. Slash means root directory. Now if I write slash then root, this is root user home directory. You can keep this file as notes only. Okay. Now there is a home directory. This is contains user and user info. So user can be example, user can be Pankaj, user can be Bishek, user can be Jitendra. So whatever the users will be added to the system, home directory will show you. Okay. Then binary. So binary we have seen, like example ls command is there, ls. Then clear command is there. Mkdir is there for creating a directory. mkdir. So for executing these commands, logic is present in bin. System will use binary files to accomplish any given task. Now, what is this task? Task means command. Spin system binary. It also contains binary files. Now, what kind of binary? Related to system. Example, if you want to reboot, so you will type command as reboot. Commands like reboot, shutdown, whatever related to system. Okay, all these things. So this is SBIN. I'm just telling you important ones. Okay, just telling you the important ones.
And this is a default for all configuration, right?
Pardons?
This path is a default. Like
Which path?
in every Linux configuration, this is the root, home, bin, sbin.
Yes. In every Linux configuration, they will be. What will be the differences? Library is there, library 32, library 64. This is according to the providers who are providing Linux. Okay, so what they do, they have their own Linux environment. Okay, they modify. But see, Linux, what is Linux? Linux is an open source. Open source. Anyone can come and anyone can make changes in that. Open source. You know what is open source, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
anyone can make the changes in the code and they can have their own version. So if Rohit wants that he should have a own version of Linux, then he can make changes in the code and he can have own version of the Linux.
Okay.
So that's why like Ubuntu is having own version of Linux, CentOS is having own version of Linux. So like you have Ubuntu is there, CentOS is there.
Ubuntu and CentOS is all the flavored, right?
Yes. Then Red Hat is there, but the providers are different. Like Red Hat Linux, Red Hat machine is provided by Red Hat company. Okay, Ubuntu is provided by some else provider. Then Debian. So you have different flavors of Linux. Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat, Debian, all these.
Kali Linux.
Yes, Kali Linux. So you can have different flavors of Linux. Now here, users. Now I'll talk about users. Okay. In Linux, there are three types of users. Linux, three types of users. What are those? There is a root user. You can also call this root user as a super user. You can also call this super user as an admin user. Then let me give you numbering. First type of is root user. Then second type of user is normal user or a member user. Normal user. Or you can say member also. Because you are adding a member, right? Member user. You can have n number of normal users. And who will create? You need to have a root permission. So created by root. Third, system users. Now, what are these system users? So like if you install some software, like I'm installing software. Example, installing Jenkins. By default, it will create Jenkins user. Got it? If you are installing Apache Tomcat application server, by default, it will create Apache user. These are system users. Someone asked difference between bin and sbin. So normal users can access bin. Only root users can access sbin. If we allow all the users to access sbin, then what will happen? These are system binary files, right? They can do anything with that. Okay, so we don't allow normal users or member users to access sbin. They can only use bin. Now, etc. So we have seen etc directory. So contains all configuration files. I'm telling all these things because you will forget after this. So I'm just making notes out of that. This is for Linux only. Okay. So rest whatever the important things will be, I'll write like this in a notepad, and then later after the class, I'll share that notepad so that you should not forget anything. Why this notepad will help when you go for an interview somewhere? You can just have this overview of the notepad. Got it?
Yeah.
It
Right.
will help you.
Yes.
So this etc will contain configuration files. Now what configuration files? So like sudos. Sudos is a file. I'll tell you what file it is. Then sudos. Then password. Now this password contains username. All the username. Normal username. Contains username. Now the name of the file is password, but it contains the username. Then there is a shadow. Now what this shadow contains? Okay, shadow contains the password. Then there is a file called sshd underscore config. So this file contains all the, you know that we set environment variables. We run Java code and something, then we set environment variables like here in the Windows,
Yes.
right? We
Yes,
set
sir.
the environment variables here, right or wrong?
Yes, yes, right.
So if you want to set the environment variables in Linux, what you have to do? You have to access sshd dot underscore config. So in this configuration file, you can set the environment variables. There is one more file where you have to set dot bash underscore profile. So these are some files which are there in the etc. Now let's talk about library. This is, I'm talking about directory structure, okay? Contains all library files. Actually, why I'm typing is that I am having these notes with me, but it's in my personal laptop, and I've given that personal laptop to repair. So today I'll get it. So I don't have to type it there. Everything. It's just I'm typing because I have this.
So extra copy.
Yes. Okay. This is my organizational laptop. That's why. So contains on library files. Now there is a OPT. We have seen OPT directory as well. So by default, it is empty directory. By default, it is empty. Whenever any software we default, by default will be installed in OPT. If install any software, by default, it will install in OPT. Then there are three more which we need to know is temp directory, So anyone can you ask in the interview, okay? What is the directory structure? What this directories contains? Okay, so you can have this with you. It contains simple. It contains temporary file. Can be accessed by any user. Now there is a device directory. All the device info. Present. Only root user can access. Then last is here proc. All the process info is available. All the process. So in Windows, you go to Task Manager, right? Right click Task Manager. Here, if you do a right click, there's a Task Manager or right?
Yes.
So this Task Manager shows you all processes and all, right? Whatever process is going on. Similarly, proc is there. Yeah. So what information is it having? Example, CPU info. So there is a CPU info directory inside proc. All the PID, process IDs, are stored here inside CPU info. So all the major directories, you got it till now, what we discussed, right? Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So now start with Linux commands and all, okay? Some commands here. So this is root user home directory /root and /root, sorry, /home /Azure user. This is example like Azure user. Azure user can be any. It can be Pankaj, it can be Abhishek, it can be Jiten, it can be Priyanka, anyone. Okay. /home /Azure user. This is home directory for other user. Home directory for normal user. Now let's see. to create a directory. What command is used to create a directory? mkdir. So let's create some directory over there. So let's create a test directory is created. Okay. Now, while you create a directory, if you want some acknowledgement that whether a directory is created or not, so how you will do that? mkdir -v. And say a directory I create is DevOps. What you are getting info as of now? Created directory DevOps. Earlier you were not getting, right? Right or wrong? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, now you are getting the info also that we have created a directory for you called DevOps. Now see, two directories are created, DevOps and test.
That is directly we can create that here -v we are giving, right?
Yeah, so that V is nothing but the verb.
Method maybe print out, printf, print function.
That V is nothing but the verbose. So for creating a directory mkdir, so for example, we created test. So mkdir test. Now if we use mkdir -v DevOps, so -v is for acknowledgement. This V is nothing but the verbose. Okay. Now, if you want to create many directories at once, what you will do? So you will do mk want to create directories inside one another. So what you can do? mkdir -p, then DevOps / Linux / scripting / git / web server, anything. So what it will do, it will create a DevOps directory first, then it will create a Linux inside DevOps, then it will create a scripting inside DevOps, then it will create a Git, then it will create web server inside Git. So at once you are creating many directories here. Now -p represents the first directory will be the parent. Means this DevOps is a parent directory over here. Inside that, you can have all other directories. So this is for creating multiple directories inside one another.
What is different between the first two? Verbose and MK directory test.
Verbose is for acknowledgement. Like, see, we have created a test directory here. So
Yeah.
we typed mkdir test. So it directly created test, but it doesn't give any acknowledgement. So for getting acknowledgement, you can type mkdir. So acknowledgement means you're running something and below you want some process to be displayed
Okay.
or some acknowledgement to be displayed. So mkdir-v means verbose. Verbose nothing but the acknowledgement. See, now they have given the acknowledgement. mkdir created directory DevOps. Earlier they have not given, right?
Got it. Got it.
So that is verbose. Here, so if you want to create directories one inside one another, you can use mkdir-p. P means parent. P means parent. So there will be a parent directory, the first one, and rest will be inside each other.
Can we create multiple directory at same level?
Same level, yes, you can create.
Like how?
So you have to give like this. You can give mkdir and you will give directory name. Like you can give DevOps, then space, then other directory name, then space, then other like this you can give.
Got it.
Linux, then if you want scripting, so scripting. So creating directories at same level. Okay, so this is the command. Now, if you want to create some directory, create directory with some permission. Now, as of now, just see. Okay, we'll discuss what permissions are. mkdir hyphen m. Say I write it. Sorry, not. I write it 700, and then I write DevOps. So DevOps directory will be created.
That's the first first directory.
700 permissions. Okay, so if you want to create any directory with any kind of permission, then you can provide the permission over there. So mkdir-m 700 will create a DevOps directory with 700 permission. What are permissions? We'll discuss further. Okay. Then this is a separate one. Okay, about to create a directory. Then there is a ls command. Ls command. This is mkdir. ls command for listing directories and file. Directories and files. Now, if you want to display with permission, display with permission. ls-l. Now let's see this also. There are two directories, right? So let's do ls-l here. So whatever you are seeing that d rwx rwxr is the permission. Now we'll discuss what this rwx and rwx. Okay. Just now you can see that is a permission. Okay, this is also a permission. It's showing that what permission you have.
Read, write,
Yes, read, write, execute.
execute. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are permissions. So it is showing D means directory. First letter is D. So D means directory in the permission. So these are having those permissions here. So if you do ls-l, it will display all the directories and file with all the permissions. So ls, it will display simple ls-l with permission. Now there is a command called if you want to see the directory structure also, then there is a command. So to see directory structure, you have to go give tree command. Now by default this is not present. By default tree command not present. You have to install it. So for installing, what you can run? Now by default we are running this Linux now as a normal user, right? So if you want to install anything, so what is the difference between normal user and root user? Normal user is having limited permissions. Root user is having all the permissions. So from normal user, this is the normal user, dollar is the normal user. So normal user displayed by dollar. Okay. Where is the normal user? Root user is this hash sign. Normal user dollar sign.
Vida,
Pardon? I'm saying whenever you are using a root user, it will show you a root sign, hash sign. Normal user dollar sign. So as of now, you are as a normal user. What do you want if you want to switch to root user? Sudo su hyphen. Now you can see a sign change, right? So I switched myself to the root user. Now I am having a root permission with me. And I will, whatever I'll do in the root directory. Though earlier you are seeing that as Azure user @ Azure DevOps VM. Now you are seeing root user root @ Azure DevOps VM. So I have switched myself from normal user to the root user. So here for installing something, you need to have root user permission. Root user permission. So what you will do? Switch to root. How you will switch? Sudo su -. So once you switch to root, what you will get like this. So now you can run the command here. What command? For installing tree. After switching to root, install the desired software or command. Package, I'll say package. So now after switching, you will get a like this. And you are switched to the root user. So you can run like apt-get. Now for Ubuntu, the package is apt. Okay. Package installer is apt. For Red Hat, it is yum. Okay. So I'll write that. What is apt? Apt-get install tree -y. Now, why this -y? When you install any package, so it will ask you whether to install or not. So by default, you can give -y. So it will not ask you for your confirmation. It will directly install. Let's see if it runs or not with the root user. Unable to locate the package. Means it is not, so there is a local repository with Linux. So in that repository, the package is not available. That's why it is showing like unable to locate the package. So what you have to do? You have to get the package from somewhere. Means from the Linux repositories or Ubuntu repositories. You have to download it from there. So for downloading, either you have to curl something, right? There is one more catch here. Sometimes what happens, your repository is not updated. Okay. So what you can do?
Either we can update or download.
Update, get updated repo.
So this will update everything. Update the system. There's some background noise. So this is now updating my Ubuntu. Let's see. Still we can get it. The following new packages will be installed, right? Can see here, right? After updating the Ubuntu packages and all, I'm able to install it. Right? It is in process as of now. Got it, everyone?
Yes. Yes, sir.
How to update a package.
So, Abhishek, I have one question here.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose I have a Windows machine, so can we do all these settings on the VM only, on the VM side?
For that, you have to install a software called Hypervisor. So if you want it run all these things in the Windows machine, you don't have to create a machine in the Azure environment. Just
Yeah.
install Oracle box, VBox, VirtualBox, Oracle VM box. Now this is a software. Again, I'm getting error. Just access this link in your system, okay?
Okay, okay.
Because this is
So,
like,
after installing VM box, after that only we can do all this setting, whatever you providing here.
yes, there
But-
you
but
can
when
create
you-
a install the VM box. Share your screen in the class. We'll see how to create a virtual machine inside VM box.
Okay,
Just install it.
okay,
It will
sure.
take some time to download that VM box. Okay,
Mhm. Okay.
so install it.
I think
Now
I have
see-
the Oracle VirtualBox.
You have with you.
Yeah, I think I have
Can you
Oracle.
share? Can you share a screen right now?
Yeah,
Can
just
see it. Yeah.
And I had to delete it after.
can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is
Yes, now yes.
I have also this, but in my personal laptop.
this is a person. Long time back I have used this.
Mhm. So it will create a number of machines. Okay. Number of it can be a Linux machine also. It can be a Windows
I
machine
will
also.
take all your space.
Yeah. In this, like it takes the space from your physical RAM only, but you can allot over here. Now you
Mhm.
can click OK.
Yeah.
There is one server already there, right?
Yeah.
You can start that server. See the distribution. Base memory 2028. Just wait here. Just wait. Okay. See the distribution. Now base memory 2048 MB means RAM is allotted 2048 here. 2048 MB. Okay. Then display memory 16 MB, graphics controller, all these things, like see storage is there. So storage 20 GB and one is 5 GB. Okay. All these things, see, same as a VM. Now just start this VM. Click on start.
Actually, I have also only 4 GB RAM in my system, so for some
Okay,
of the
then-
application
yeah.
it takes bit time. Yeah.
Then there is an issue with this virtual box. You need to have some 8 GB or 16 GB to run this virtual box. Otherwise, It will slow down your system. Click on that.
But although it was working fine, I have created something there.
So machine starting now. Okay. So just choose one. CentOS.
This is to test those LS commands, is it, Abhishek?
Yeah, whatever commands you want to run, you can practice here in VirtualBox also. Okay, you
Okay.
don't have to create any Azure machine or something. If
Okay.
you don't want to create, you just use this VirtualBox. And
So
you can
VirtualBox,
practice,
yeah.
practice all the DevOps tools also in this VirtualBox. Okay.
But sir, in Azure VM, it is more easier, right?
Yeah. Azure VM is more easier. Yeah. Because by default, Azure VM is coming with all the packages and all. Okay. Just log in if you know the username and all.
I don't remember.
So you need when you create a machine, just remember the login name and password. Okay.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
because actually long back, I think before 1 year, I think it's been.
okay. Can you show that process from where to create a VM here in the VirtualBox? Just so that process, so that everyone can see that. I think
Easy.
from the machine,
Yeah,
new
from
machine,
here, yeah, new
new
machine.
machine. Click on that.
I should have the configuration file also.
You can give the name here.
Yeah.
Okay. Just do a next. Don't create it. Or just do one thing. Just delete this one. Stop it and delete this one. Cancel this. Cancel this first.
Let
Just,
me cancel this one.
just stop this one. Close this. Close this. Close this. Close it. Power off. Power off.
Turn off, yeah.
Power off. Just remove this.
It's already off anyway.
Remove. Yes.
Delete all
Delete
files.
all files. Yes. Now just create a new one.
New one or the
New.
add?
No, new,
Add.
new.
Yeah, new. Yes. Just write any name. Windows it is. Just no. Go back. Cancel this. And there was a back arrow also at the top. I don't want a Windows. Just choose Linux.
Type.
No. At the
No, go
type,
type,
you have
type.
to choose Linux first. Linux. Now choose version. Whatever. No, choose version first. Here, whatever Ubuntu, Oracle. Go down. Whatever are there.
Oracle 32
Scroll
is
down.
there.
Scroll more down. Scroll down. Yeah. Scroll down. See, Red Hat also there. OpenSUSE is Ubuntu is there. 64-bit. Yes. Choose it. Go to next. Now you can choose from
Yeah.
here what memory you have to allocate. 1024, 2048, whatever. You can choose. Don't go with the right side because it will consume all your RAM from the system. So be in the lesser side only. 1024 is fine. Okay, or 2 GB is fine. 2 GB is also fine.
Create a virtual hard disk now. Create, right?
Go with that. No worries.
VDA virtual disk image.
Click on next. When you dynamically allocate, it will take all the size. Okay, but if you fixed, means it will take a fixed size of the disk. Only 10 GB what is allocated, it will use that only. It will not use from whole 2 TB. Okay, so that is dynamic and fixed. So always go with the fixed static one. Okay, don't go with the dynamic one in this.
Should I select the?
Go back, go back, go back. Go back fixed size. Yes. Next. Let it be. Or you can slow, like go to the left. Allocate it some 2 GB or 4 GB. 4 GB, make it 4 GB.
Okay, next. Create.
Yes. Yes. Now a machine will be created. Later it will ask for your username and password. You know the name given to the machine, right? That
Yeah,
will be your username.
it is also here. You can see here Azure Lab /Azure Lab.
Yes, yes.
This one from Oracle, right? Not
Yes,
Azure.
yes. Oracle. Oracle VirtualBox. There is others also. You
You can do
use
it in
from-
VMware. VMware also.
Yeah, VMware is there. Then Citrixin is there. If someone knows that.
But I think cloud is more easier.
I've installed everything in these machines also. I have learned Kubernetes. So when I was learning Kubernetes and all those things, I have learned in this only, Oracle VirtualBox only, not cloud.
Okay, because in Kubernetes, the cloud VM will be chargeable.
No, it's not like that. But yeah, you can practice and delete 1 hour or 2 hours. Okay, it will not
Yeah,
charge that much. And choose
because
some low-level
in-
machines, not that much high.
but in AWS it uses 2-core CPU, which is not free tier.
Yes.
So
So
yeah.
like if you are choosing DS2 V3, so that machine cost around 5,000 per month. So if you use it for 1 hour, then it will charge you 60-70 rupees for an hour.
Yeah,
So now
true,
you
true.
see this machine came up. Okay, just start this.
Abhishek, you said that $200, right? First credit.
But it did not ask for
Yes,
the
yes,
password.
free credit. I think from the user only you can log in. Just giving the username, login username.
So I think earlier here is the name. Here was the name. So we did not check because we can see here Azure Lab. I have
Yes,
given.
yes. Start it and I think it came. Yeah. Yes. Start. Yes. They'll ask you the username, I think.
No bootable something. No bootable medium found.
Go to those options right below. There are some options, right? No. In this machine only at the downwards in the downwards the toolbar. Yeah. See whatever is available. What is that? ID SATA C. Audio adapter. There's a fatal error. I think we should have selected some overdrive and all of that.
Yeah.
Just do one thing. Just try to create
the
some
machine.
some machine and just record that. Okay. And just share with all the people here in the WhatsApp. Record the steps. Just record the steps and show. Okay.
What settings? See, you can.
Okay.
Means you
Last
have
time I
created.
selected some. Yeah. Last time I
Yeah.
also selected some media
I'm saying that just do one thing after the class or whenever you get time. Just create one machine and record the steps. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
And just share the steps with all the people in the Linux group, in
Sure.
this WhatsApp group. Okay.
Yeah, I will. I will.
So
do.
that if anyone wants to create some Oracle box virtual machine, and they can do that. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Sure.
then in practice also. If I'll get my laptop, I'll show you that. Okay.
Abhishek, you was saying that 200 credit, no? After creating and all working, if you delete, it will not be charged, is it?
Yes, yes. So whatever you use, it will be charged as per that only. If you are using for an hour, it will charge according to that per hour basis, on the per hour basis.
Okay. Within the 200 credit, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So $200 something around, you will get 13,000, 14,000 something.
Okay, that is valid only for 1 month.
Yes, yes, only days. Then you have to move to pay-as-you-go model, or if you have another credit card and ID, then you can create one more free account. No worries.
Yeah, that can be done.
Yes.
Just the same question. I created the free account once, okay,
Mhm.
and it was quite some time. I did not use, so it was after 1 month. It did not allow me to create with the same credit card. But I also tried to change the credit card. It did not work.
ID was same or different?
Email ID.
Email ID and mobile number also I gave different.
Then you must have gone through the same, you can say, so sometime it reads machine also. So
Okay.
go by incognito mode always.
You can also try from mobile, actually.
Yeah, yeah,
They-
you can try
you
from
can
mobile also. You can create from
mobile.
mobile also.
Mobile also.
I've
Last time I
I've-
have created from mobile.
yeah. So device should be also different sometimes. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes,
I
yes.
have created.
Sometimes you
Yeah,
also
I've
work by clearing the history cookies, all the things. It works.
Yes. So I myself created 3 free accounts. So I was having like 3 credit cards, so 3 free accounts I created. So
Okay.
now my 2 accounts are abandoned because the credit cards are like they have their validity expired. Okay.
Okay. And I think we can use the debit card also. It will work.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let me try. Thank you.